Hey everyone, my name is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and we are working with Oldbag, Wendy Oldbag, which is not going to be fun. It's going to be fun because she's hilarious, but it's also not going to be fun because she is going to be working a lot against us because she just doesn't like us. She doesn't like us whatsoever and does not like the person who is charged or is going to be charged with the murder, or is charged with the murder of one Corita. Let's see what we can get out of her. You should be more happy to see me. Even her like happier tones have a hint of aggression in them. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet? It was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand. Exactly, even Edgewood agrees. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Okay, that's good. Even things that don't have to do with that No, that's not good. You don't have to do that. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know. Exactly, Judge. Oof. Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps. Okay. Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. You mean, you were a fan of the victim? Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corita. But those two were the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Creepy. Creepy as freaking hell. Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed out of the murder. Okay, so here we go. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. I love that Edward is kind of like thinking what we're thinking as well. I love Edward, I really do. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know? We're gonna have to press that. Since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was the man coming out of poor Juan's room. He was on guard, not on guard. He was trying to sneak away with out of Juan's room. Excuse me? So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room. See, it has to be him. He's the murderer. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. So the second statement for sure. I also want to talk to her about who she saw, or how did she know she saw him, because if I remember correctly from the first case she was in, she had the same issue, where she saw someone that she thought she saw, but she didn't actually see. Maybe she's telling the truth this time. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway. I totally believe you did that. Let's press this. Something you were interested in? And just what was that? It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. You have to. You brought it up in court. You have to tell us now. It's top secret between me and Juan. No. You have to tell us now. And Edgy Poo, of course. Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she's interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. He's so cool. He's so cool. Fucking hell. He's so cool. Gossip? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later. Looks like we shouldn't force it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. Of course you had to. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. Yeah, I want to press this. Because I want to know if you actually saw him. You saw my client? Are you sure about that? Yesy. Really? Annoying brat! When I say I saw him, I saw that person. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Well, like the person's face you could know instantly, because he's famous. What the person was carrying, like, okay, like a knife, I suppose, like, but like, I feel like this would make the case worse for us. Let's talk about the person's clothes, because his clothes are kind of undeniable. That kind of like big red jacket he has. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters. But it does. Now, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing. It's a racing jacket? Is that what you call it? Oh, he's so handsome. Look at this man. Matt Gardy, everybody's friend. He was wearing that at the detention center too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Right. So, Mr. Wright. Was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? She said okay, so she said he was wearing the racing jacket, which he does wear that a lot. Do we have anything on... No. We don't even have that in the core records either. Wait, the button though was ripped off from his costume, covered in Korea's blood, found in Angard's hakama, so his costume. It was very important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. No, Miles, please, I love you, but please, give me this time. Then perhaps you would like to point out the part of the testimony that was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please. How could the button end up on her, like, if she saw him coming out of the room, and the button ended up on the hakama, then he wouldn't have been wearing his racing jacket, would he? He was wearing his flashy, No, he was not. He was not. Someone's lying. Either you're lying or someone planted this. I'm sorry. No. Miss Oldbag. You're done. You're done for. Do you know what this is? It's button number 2 on the Jamming Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Why does this get me every time? Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. Yeah, that's pretty weird. This button was discovered on Madangard's body during the full body search. See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal on guard. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants. See? And on guard is the nickel samurai. Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. You do. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt on guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I just noticed now she's fogging up the glass. Don't do the rat-a-tat-tat, please. I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe you but instead of having to put up with wearing his ridiculous looking outfit, you hideous, right? I got a tape recorder stuck to my chest, let me tell you. It's heavy, so heavy, I wish we could switch the CDs ages ago, but we keep the dream alive for those kids out there. We're working hard with a smiling face, don't you understand? Now, take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are about interesting as the documentary on a curling. You should take a trip with an edgy boo. Now he's rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Okay. Now hold your tongue still there for a second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the nickel samurai. But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway, but it's a costume. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we were talking about. Edgy Boo, don't you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. See, Edgeworth's just a good lawyer! He's so good! Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Alright, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Oh, she's gonna testify again? On guard. Yes, now I remember. The nickel samurai, that's right. It was the nickel samurai I saw. So we're gonna press this as well because like, I don't know. The nickel... Like, she said first that she saw Matt on guard. Now she's saying she's seen the nickel samurai all of a sudden. Like, she's just... I don't know, she thinks she's wasting her time. Yeah, so it had been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know? I actually love my friend's game showing up in the corner. At first I hated it, but like it actually is really cool to know what people are playing. So he must have worn the nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. What? I knew you'd say it was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Young'uns say I told you there was no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. You lied before. You lied before. Get her out of here. At least she's just as delightful as a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay, so we're pressing the second statement. I also have a big problem with the idea that she said that she said he was like carrying a knife to stab him or going to stab him. My issue with him, I have a big issue with this. Be a little bit more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago? Then let me ask you this. When you were itty bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be a Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what? See? And look where we are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? That's kind of mean. Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things? Who would put weight into what someone said 2 minutes ago in a court case? Who would? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become a theatrics over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough? Shut up. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear the costume during the murder. Why would have been... Why? Oh, I guess like... Wait a second. Yeah, like 1 second. I want to see something here. I'm not gonna actually go into anything here. Where is do we have it here? Yeah, I get what she's saying because then he would be wearing like gloves, and it wouldn't show up fingerprints, right? But they said they found fingerprints on the knife. You're tripping yourself up here. You had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after. Oh, okay. She meant something different. I'm an idiot. So he must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor one. But here, this kind of proves my point anyway. Okay, so she didn't actually mean that like it would have been convenient because he wouldn't have to like touch the knife. She meant it because he was going to the stage show. But I still want to press this. So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the nickel samurai? As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw in the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony and sitting in plain sight. Yes, I know what it is. The question is what that contradiction means for us. We'll have to figure out what you're talking about. I hope I'm right on this because I've been wrong a few times in the past few episodes and it's been, and people are saying like, you shouldn't feel too bad about it, but because it's a game of like ebb and flow, right? You have to like choose which you're right on, choose which you're wrong on. But I'm gonna present the knife to her because it says it has fingerprints on it. How could there be fingerprints on it when he has a freaking costume on? It wouldn't show up. Fingerprints wouldn't show up. Please take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to the case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Oh, he's so cool. Is that what you're driving at? That's exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving? Judge, you're lucky you got a great beard. If Mr. On-Guard was really the nickel samurai in the nickel samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on the knife. Very well. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on the knife right off. Oh, that's right. The nickel samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. That is possible. Yeah, that is possible, but like, why would he do that? Why would he do that? And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there's one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the nickel samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edwards' theory? So let me get this straight. Edwards' theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. But didn't he say it was premeditated before? Am I wrong on this? Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory? Think about it one more time. There are no problems. Well, we're gonna say there's a contradiction because if we don't do anything, we're in trouble. The theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. Does it? Does it? Now, for an argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ongar was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. What? Oh, because someone brought the knife with them. Right? Am I right in this? Please be right. Is there something, there's... I don't know. Okay, we're gonna present the knife. That's my first inkling. This knife, this was used by Mr. Ongar at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida. I suppose. However, you just said it was yourself. At the time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory is flawed. From supposition one? Supposition one? And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. You're too smart for me, even, Phoenix. God, which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order, I say. Order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame... Yeah, I was going to frame Managaru. I think it's Adrian Andrews. And I don't want it to be because I like her as a character, but it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense for this case. It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course. To frame? Aren't you forcing this interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Oh, Edgy, I'm sorry. Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Witness, did you or did you really not see the Nickel Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around the front door because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai? Wait, what? Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? That's top... I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida, am I correct, witness? Ha 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 ha. The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So Olbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida. Maybe, Phoenix, maybe the Olbag was waiting around for that person. Andrews? If it's what thinking me is hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Olbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Because she probably heard about the affair. She probably heard about the affair. This is my... Okay, let's just go with it. Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager. But Why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Edward's such a good lawyer. It seems that he wants justice this time around. I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials A, are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Oh no, she's gonna rat-a-tat-tat. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness! What in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this, however, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well. The witness, please testify to the secret information. So I'm guessing that she was upset with Adrian Andrews. That's my estimation right now, is that she was upset with Adrian Andrews because she saw the article and didn't want her to be going out with one. She's a crazy superfan. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you youngins. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old. Oh, shit. That on guard is one evil, evil man. I'm pressing the fuck out of that. How do you know? He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing you scandal. I'm pressing that one instead, actually. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court. The defendant, nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We've looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. Should this be true, this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash the rumor once and for all? Wait 1 second. Matt on guard wouldn't give a shit. We met him. He wouldn't even think about it. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. There's a few statements. Oh, sorry, I should be reading. Well, as the old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire. I didn't hear that. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway in this danger zone. What is happening? What is this game? Secret information. That on guard is one evil man. Yeah, we're pressing this. I'm sorry. A scandal. What do you mean by that? You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what the scandal is. Honestly, but I wanted to know why you thought he did it on purpose. No. I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I know that much. Well, that on guard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity. So to do that, he sent his manager to get in close with the one. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else, me and you know yet. But like, I'm worried because I might not be able to go take this further. But I'm gonna press this because I'm kind of thinking like, how did she find out about this? How does she know about this? Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Seek information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know the secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did an old bat get such a secret piece of information? Press further, present evidence. Do we have any evidence for this? Well, we could do the tabloid, I suppose, but like, Stolen lady murder, tabloid article. Did Old Bag steal this? Did Old Bag steal Lotta's camera case? Because that makes sense. Why would they put that information in that camera case if it wasn't important to this moment? Someone else is supposed to know the secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know, Miss Old Bag? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness. I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Sorry, I thought that was Old Bag talking for a second. This, right? She found this, and then went missing. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing. On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I said impressions. Then everything around the piece of paper is completely meaningless? So she knows the piece of paper, yes. Oh, I'm so glad we caught that. But then again, they kind of laid it out for us right in front of our noses, so that's good. That's good. I probably couldn't have missed that. Ah! No! You see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Then you are the one who took Mrs. Hart's note? I'm a huge fan of ones, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper? She's working with that evil on guard. She said so herself. On guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only a little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. I'm stealing this. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, guys. No, wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button. Sorry, wrong button. There we go. I'm stealing that. Well, it was only a piece of paper, I suppose. We can overlook this just once. She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? Should we forgive her? Why would we forgive her? She's lying to us. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to prosecute the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct? Stole? Why don't you listen carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. So she stole something else? Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? Miss Oldbag. I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. The camera. Do we have the camera? Wait, is it here? Lotta's camera. So we presented Lotta's camera again? Miss Oldbag, that note was with the camera inside the case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over the camera. She kept saying something like, my sweetie, $1,600 camera disappeared on me. Why? Witness! What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. Not wrong in any way, shape, or form. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera? Is this the camera you're looking for? That's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I'll steal meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people. Borrow? Borrow, quote-unquote borrow? I think your definition of borrow is the love. I think so, too. I saw that woman's business card, and then when I noticed it, it said... Slimebag celebrity photo... It's so good, like, she's crazy, but it's so good for a character that she would hate the paparazzi as well. Even though, in a way, her stalking of, like, these people is just as bad as, almost just as bad as, like, the photographers themselves, you know? Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she was taking. I'm a professional security guard, it's my business to know these things. I don't know anything about, like, being a security guard, so I couldn't actually tell you if that's the truth or not. Bailiff, check the camera's photos, hurry! We must examine them at once. Are you serious? We're gonna get so much information from this. It's not even gonna be funny. Well, Mr. Edgar, what do we have? I think we're gonna end the episode there. That's a good cliffhanger to have, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll continue on with this trial. Miss Oldbag was lying here through her teeth. But hey, we caught her out. This has been really fun.